Did the Atlantic yesterday. I had Clemson winning it, Wake going 6-2, NC State going 6-2. But I got Miami winning this. All right, I got them going 7-1. The only loss I have is at Clemson, at Howard's Rock, because, again, Clemson's so dominant at home. Look, I looking at the roster offensively. You look at speaking of Clemson, Gladney coming over. You've got weapons on the outside. Parrish coming in from Ole Miss, who's a really good player. You bring in 2 transfer offensive linemen from Oregon that we know can play. I do not worry about the offensive line while Mario Cristobal is the head coach. So I got Miami going 7-1. You look at the schedule, pretty favorable. Your biggest games are at home outside of at Clemson. Now, Pitt was really hard for me, guys. I almost picked Pitt here. One huge reason is they returned their whole offensive line, which is absolutely massive. We know Narduzzi's a good defensive coach. I think they returned 6 all-ACC selections on defense. I know they had a couple big losses, but I think Pitt will be fine. Keaton Slovis, big question mark. Interested to see him. I believe they're getting their running back as well. I may be mistaken there. But when I look at Pitt's roster up front, then outside, I know, again, they lost Jordan Addison, but it's not like they don't have anybody over there. They got an Akron transfer I like a whole lot, who I think is going to have a big year. I got Pitt going 6-2. Then North Carolina. And I know Sam Howell's gone, and then, they lost guys before, but they returned Josh Downs. I think May's going to win that job, the 6'5" guy that can run. But if you look at the talent on North Carolina's roster, they've got a lot of talent. Gene Chizik coming in as the defensive coordinator. I'll look at the schedule. I've got Pitt, by the way, losing to Miami and to North Carolina. They play North Carolina on the road. I've got North Carolina losing to NC State, losing to Wake Forest, and losing to Miami. But I think they have enough talent to pull off a couple upsets and have a pretty decent year. Virginia Tech at 4-4. Brent Pry, very interesting hire from Penn State. Fuente wasn't able to get it done there. You lose Burmeister to San Diego State. I just look at the roster. I'm not super duper excited about it. I don't think there's a ton of standouts that I look at on Virginia Tech and I'm like, man, they got studs everywhere. I think it's just going to be kind of a mid-year 4-4. Virginia 3-5. Tony Elliott taking over after Bronco Mendenhall stayed put. Brennan Armstrong. I'm big on Brennan Armstrong. The offense, the weapons they have on offense at receiver and quarterback are deadly, but the offensive line is a huge question mark, guys. And that is one thing that can kill an offense quicker than any other. So I got Virginia going 3-5. Our buddy Jeff Collins at Georgia Tech, number 1, that schedule is just absolute savage brutality. I got him going 1-7. It'll probably be Jeff's last year. Then he'll end up getting a job at Bama. And then Duke, Mike Elko. Love Mike. Leaving Texas A&M, going there. But, man, that roster is about as talented as me eating a hot dog. So I got Duke going 0-8. You hate to see it, but look, I think it's, man, that division, especially the first 3-4 teams in it, you're going to have some good competition. It's going to be some good fighting going on there.
Go ahead, Blaine.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and bring mine up here. I mean, not much difference here. All right, I do have Miami winning it. I'm going to 7-1, but I got to lose them to V-Tech on the road.
Really?
V-Tech on the road. Hey, Grant Wells, baby. Marshall.
Sneaky.
The kid is cold.
Yeah, needs to quell the turnovers a little bit.
That's fine. We're going to learn.
Cold.
We're going to get better. We're going to be on that roller coaster, but we're going to trust it. # big trust. Then Pitt, 5-3. Pitt going to have a great defense. I mean, you do lose Kenny Pickett and Jordan Addison. I mean, I'm not going to just sugarcoat it. That's 2 big losses.
How do you feel about Slovis? Mid?
Decent.
Mid?
Decent. I think he's defense, but I'm more leaning on that defense. They do return starters up front, so I think Pitt will have a good year, but not the best year. Then North Carolina, same boat. 5-3, you're going to have a quarterback battle. The real question is going to be the defense. What can Gene Chizik? They'll always be good on offense, in my opinion. Just the schemes they have, it's going to be nice. They'll have receivers, good backs. I'm going to go 5-3. That defense has to get better. Virginia 3-5. I mean, the offensive line is horrendous right now.
Yeah, it's a bad.
You got 2 FCS transfers.
Well, I think one of them decided to go back to Georgetown.
Okay, exactly. And if people are going back to Georgetown and not Virginia, it's not looking.
Yeah, unless you're playing basketball.
Yeah, but I do think Brennan Armstrong is a stud, so I think they'll go 3-5. VT 3-5 too. One of those big wins at Miami at home. Believe in Grant Wells. I think he's going to win the starting job, but I think it's going to take some time for him to get adjusted to the speed a little bit different when he was at Marshall. Things will be sped up, but I think Virginia Tech go 3-5. Duke, baby,
you got to beat
1-7. Come on, Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl, boys.
You got to beat Georgia Tech on the road?
I do.
Wow.
Is that a huge stretch?
Well, listen, I like
a huge stretch.
I like
really
Jeff
going
Sims.
out on a.
I know they brought in a new OC. They're going to run more of a pro-style offense. You're going to see some heavier personnel with tight ends and stuff. Jeff Sims is a guy that he can make plays. Duke's roster is just, they're going to have to send FEMA in there. It's such a natural disaster.
You brought back 3 starters. Like, it's not like Georgia Tech out here is like, yeah, let's go through this roster.
Losing
We're
Gibbs
stoked
hurt.
about a lot of things. And another thing you have to think of with Georgia Tech is that schedule.
I know.
They're going to be
Back-to-back
banged
years.
up.
Yeah.
They're going to be
Look,
beat
we
up.
need to go. We need.
Let me pull this up.
Look, we talk about the schedules in the SEC, and obviously they're tough. There's no tougher schedules than the SEC. But this one Georgia Tech has is just murderous.
Okay, then
Go ahead. Go through the whole thing.
Do schedule first.
Do what?
Want to do schedule? You want to do yours first?
Pull their schedule.
Okay,
up.
week 1, guys. Hey, let's play some football. You got Clemson.
Wow.
Week 2, I think you have like Western Carolina.
Okay,
or
we're
something
getting
like that. Hey guys, let's go play Ole Miss.
Good luck.
Okay, then you go to UCF. Then you go to Pitt. Then you got Duke at home. You're gonna be beat up.
You got to win.
You're gonna be 1-3.
It's a must
You
win.
have to win.
All right, then you got Virginia at home.
Got to win.
You go to Florida State. You go to Virginia Tech. Oh, got Miami at home.
Best of luck.
Go to UNC. And then you got to play Georgia.
I mean, you're out of conference.
Wow.
Just read.
Georgia Tech.
Just read the out of conference real quick.
Ole Miss, UCF, Georgia.
Oh, that's
Why?
tough. Why?
Oh.
Why?
Why?
All right, let's
Wow.
pull up David's graphic.
All right,
real
bring
quick.
mine up. I looked at this Miami and Pitt matchup for about 15 minutes. I really thought I was going to have Pitt winning this side of the conference. I have Miami and Pitt both going 6-2. I think they both at least dropped 2 games, with Miami winning the head-to-head. And basically, to me, it came down to where that game is at. It's the last game of the season. It's at Miami.
Tyler Van
I'm going
Dyke,
to go with
baby.
the home field advantage there. I think Miami, Mario Cristobal starts off hot, so I have them both 6-2. And then UVA actually have 5-3 here.
Wow,
just
Cone-
because
that
I
Tony
know
Elliott
they have a
is
new
huge.
coach, but Brennan Armstrong is such a great quarterback.
He's so good.
Such a great quarterback. They have weapons on offense like you talked about. How bad will the offensive line be? Look, Brennan Armstrong, he could have transferred out. He could have transferred out. He decided to stay. Clearly, he has faith in the program. Let's see how that shakes up. As far as North Carolina goes, I have them 3-5 right now because, that schedule is really tough. And they lose Sam Howell to the NFL. But I have so much respect for Mac Brown. They brought in Gene Chizik, like you said. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they were to overperform that. Then Virginia Tech 3-5 as well. Look, I love Jeff Collins. I think he's a great coach. I think he's a great guy. And I think he's going to have a lot of success in the game of football throughout the rest of his career. But that schedule you just read is brutal, man.
Brutal.
I went ahead and gave him the win against Duke at home. Like Jake said, it's a must win, and I have Duke going 0-8. But I hope that Jeff Collins can figure out a way to surprise him.
I hope he can.
So
Who's your second loss for Miami? You know?
I have what each of you have. I have Clemson and Virginia Tech.
Yeah, you have. Okay, gotcha.
Is
You
it
got
really a must win against Duke?
Well,
Yeah.
if you look at that schedule, there's a couple you mark it and go, listen, we have to win this, or it's going to be. It's one thing to be ugly. It's another thing to be like, like Uncle Fester in a bikini ugly. I mean, it's bad. It's a bad situation.
That's ugly.
All right, hey, if you like what you heard, go ahead and ring that bell. Turn those notifications on. We're bringing it every day daily from 2 to 3 Central, and we want you here. I can hear it ringing now.